We're doing Zom 100 again. I dropped a pen as soon as the video started. That's wonderful. Zom 100, we're doing it once every 2 weeks. That's when the show comes out. It's crazy that it comes out so infrequently. I mean, it's not so infrequently, but it's just like, it's just very funny that like, this is hard to schedule around the show. But it is a very good show. So like, kind of worth it? I don't know. Let's find out as the series goes on, but I'm enjoying it. And from memory, the last episode kind of had them under his ex-boss, and they're kind of working for him again. So it was pretty heartbreaking to watch, because we see Akira kind of sliding back into that horrible, depressed feeling that he had back then. And I think it might be the kind of situation that would, like, after this is all said and done, endear Shizuka to him and him to Shizuka, possibly, like, because maybe she's nice enough to like see what he's suffered through and why he's so positive, and it would actually be like a logical step to take. Like, it's way more logical to live in a way that makes you happy if when you don't do it, you're the way your Akira is right now, you know? So, I don't know. That's how I feel about it, but I guess let's find out how they go about it. Please, this is a small channel, so if you could support the video as best you can, that would be amazing. Liking, comments, subscriptions, all that stuff really helps me out. Every little bit counts. And if you want to watch the full-length reaction, that's on my Patreon account in the description below. You can go check that out as well. There's a ton of stuff over there, so it's definitely worth, like, hundreds of videos over there. So it's definitely worth checking out, seeing if there's something you like over there. Anyway, let's jump into Zom 100. This is episode... what is it? It's episode 7. Here we go. Only on my life. Oh, this is simultaneously depressing and colorful. That umbrella is so bright. Aww.
捨ててこい。そんな弱った犬を拾ってきてどうする。無駄なことはするな。
Shit, man. This is how she grew up? Is that the kind of person you want to be, Shizuka? You're free from him now. Yeah. Oh god, he's not appreciating Akira though, look at him. Oh my god. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, Shizuka, you can rip his testicles off if you want. Drink it in front of him. Hey! Oh, okay. I don't know if I'm happy about this or not. What the fuck is wrong with you? Maybe this is what I sound like. Oh my god. I think he's already paid back all of that. He probably saw him as a barometer for success. Yeah, god damn. Oh, she still took care of the puppy! I hope nothing happens to the puppy. I don't remember her seeing it. Oh, look how happy she is. This is the cutest fucking thing. Oh. Fucking hell. Interesting that it's like letterbox for this flashback. Huh? What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh. This poor woman. Oh my god, Shizuka. I don't know what I want you to do. Maybe I just want you to kill this guy. Okay, well then I won't work here. If I keep incurring losses, I'm gonna leave. Oh, this is a classic abusive relationship. Oh, that's even more disgusting. It's so manipulative. Oh my god, you can see him, he's regressing. Come on, get a can through the back of your head. Oh, I kind of love the way they're cutting back and forth between Shizuka backstory and this. This is what I said. I thought Shizuka would be endeared to Akira by relating to him. Oh. Is that Akira's list? Yeah, it is. Oh? She's adding to it? Oh, what's she adding to it? I love this. Oh, too late. A zombie got in. Jesus. Uh-oh. But maybe good? Yeah, good job, friends. No, don't let Akira stay. Don't let that happen. What's your plan? You surely have a plan, Shizuka. Yes. Yeah, he wants the power, man. I love this. Like, she kind of has no skin in the game, so. I love this music. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's great. Good symbolism. Hell yeah. Yeah, yeah. Fucking asshole. Oh, oh. Show him the list. Oh. What's 37? Hell yeah. Oh my god. Oh. Come on, you doing all the stuff you wanted to do. Think how much better that was than this is. He's doing it in a nice way so far. Whatever you need to do. Yeah, kill him with kindness. Oh, so sorry, but not my problem. Ah, this is very well written. Hell yeah. That's his way of telling him off. And here come the zombie. Oh my god. Oh, he's gonna let those ones free? Oh shit. Oh. Okay, you don't need to save him, but you probably will. You're a good guy. I bet you're probably gonna save him. Okay. You're gonna save him and then you're gonna be like, hey, you owe me now. Oh! That's the kind of guy he is. I love it. Oh, cool. This is a cool plan. Wow. Aww. Hey, there's a logical plan. Oh, she's so cute. God, she's cute. Oh my god. Good, good, everyone. He inspired them all. This is better than letting him die. At least now he's actually suffering the consequences of his actions. Left alone. Yeah, you got ages. She said, it says online personalities, but she said YouTuber. That's me. God, I love the way they illustrate her. And they transition into the ED. I love when shows do that. Putting aside the weird scheduling for this show, this is a really good show. And this episode, I adored this episode. I really like the way that they're developing characters in this show. It actually, the fact that they've developed characters like this does actually make me want to watch Alice in Borderland or whatever it is, because I haven't seen that, and I've heard lots of good things, and like I really like the character work in this show. So, but also like I also just like the anime aesthetic of this show as well. So Alice in Borderland, because I imagine if I did watch it, I'd be watching the live action show of that. And so it wouldn't have the anime aesthetic to it. But like the character work is still very strong, and I enjoyed it a lot. I imagine this would have a different vibe to that, like quite a different vibe, but just because, and this will be embarrassing if I got the wrong show, but I'm pretty sure this is a show that's the same writer as Alice in Borderland. Because of that, I feel like there'd be some consistency to it, you know? But yeah, I really, really liked this, because I mean, I think I would have extra liked this episode because I love Shizuka. And as we know, I mean, if there's a female lead in a show, I'm most likely going to like them. And yeah, I like her a lot. I like her at like how, you know, I appreciate that her like smiling moments, her moments of her like starting to enjoy herself are getting more frequent, because I think that's okay. I think you can still have the interesting parts of her personality, which is like her logic, that can also be like hand in hand with her being in a good mood, being a good person, you know? There's a really tough thing to do with like character work, with nuance and character work, which is if you write a character that is kind of like has this major flaw, and the major flaw is a big part of their personality, how do you then evolve that character into a character with more positive traits eventually, but still have it feel like the same character and not just you've evolved them into, like, you don't want her to evolve into another Akira, you know? Like, you want them to still be distinct characters. So how do you do that? And good pieces of media will do it well. And it's the sort of thing where you know it when you see it. I don't know how to verbalize how to do it, but it's basically like you find the flaws, like what are the good parts of the flaws and what are the bad parts? So with her, like her major flaw is she's too logical, right? That's her major flaw. But let's break that down into, well, there's positives and negatives. The logic isn't a bad thing. In fact, it's very useful in a survival circumstance. So the positive part is actually the logic. What's the negative that comes out of being too logical? It's her lack of empathy and trust. That's what the negative is that comes out of it. So to grow her character, you keep the logic, but you slowly phase out the distrust and the lack of empathy. And once you do that, you have a character that still feels like Shizuka, but has changed and has changed for the better. And so I think it's like it's a tough thing to do sometimes with character work, but it's a really nice when it's done correctly, you know? It also reminds me of, like, I won't spoil it, but The Bear, the TV show The Bear, has some, like, incredible character work, I think. Like, the character work in The Bear, I haven't quite finished it yet. I'm almost done. But I'll say that show's character work is, like, impeccable. And there's a character in it, Richie, who I think goes through a growth throughout the show. And it's an incredibly satisfying growth to me. And... you know, but at the point of the show that I'm watching now, he's at a point where he's very changed from the start of the show. He's a very different guy because he's grown so much, but he's still Richie. The things that I liked about him in the first few episodes are still present, and the things that I didn't like, he's grown and passed through, you know, but he's still the same guy. And it's really beautiful to watch. I recommend The Bear. I know a lot of people recommend The Bear. I recommend The Bear. It's a lot of fun. It's not a lot of fun, actually. It's a very stressful show. If you can't deal with stress, it might not be the show for you. Very, very stressful show, but it's fun because I just adore good character work and fucking good acting in that show. Oh my god. Anyway, we're talking about Zom 100. I loved Shizuka's backstory in this. Well, I quote unquote loved it, but it was really sad. It was really depressing, but I loved the way that they utilized it within the episode by intercutting it with Akira being lambasted by his boss. And essentially we're seeing, like, she's seeing parallels between her and her father and Akira and his boss. And it's just... it is kind of showing her the flaws in herself and in her own approach, because she's going, well, look, this is the kind of person I was growing up. I said yes, Dad, to every single thing he said. He made me do all this stuff. I was miserable because of it. I never had a happy life because of it. But I've been following that path. And the zombie apocalypse has started, and I'm continuing to follow that path of doing things in a very particular way, making sure everything's logical. But now what I'm looking at is someone else who's being put in that same position. He is about to be thrown back into the grinder, and now I'm seeing that for this guy, that can't be the right path. So if it's not the right path for him, why is it the right path for me? You know, like, why am I still following this path if I can see how damaging it is to someone else? Because a lot of the time we can't see the shitty situations that we're in as clearly, you know? A lot of people, it's a big reason a lot of people ignore their own mental health and don't go to see professionals and stuff is because you just think, like, well, this is how I am, and I can't see how changing things now is going to do anything, and, like, I'll be fine, and I know myself better than anyone, stuff like that. So that's kind of the situation she's in, but she sees the exact same thing that she's doing happening to someone else, and she goes, well, shit, when I look at it from this side of the mirror, it's not that great, you know? So I really liked the way they did that. It was a good way to grow both Akira and Shizuka's character. And I loved the way Akira told off his boss, which was, thank you so much for everything you did for me. I'm a head out now. And the boss is like, hang on, but you still owe me. And he's like, sorry about that. Anyway, I'm going. Like, it's like, I don't care what you say. I'm not going to be a douche about it. I'm not going to leave you to die. I'm not going to hit you with a baseball bat. I'm not going to shoot you in the dick. I'm going to say, I'm really sorry. I know I've put you out. Not much I can do about that, but I'm prioritizing this guy. This guy's the guy that matters, you know? And I really like that as well, because that's honestly a very brave thing to do sometimes as well. It's like, not always, but it's very important to prioritize yourself in a lot of situations. Again, not always. Sometimes other people do need help, and there's a very fine line, and it's a very difficult thing to find out those situations where you have to choose to help other people or help yourself. But there are definitely a lot of situations where you're like, well, if I continue to do this thing for this person, these are the negative effects it's having on me, and it's continuing to happen, and I don't want to let this person down. There's a certain point where you have to be like, however, this isn't good for me, so they are going to have to deal with that problem on their own. I'm going, you know? Sometimes you just need to go, I'm so sorry that you have this problem happening, and that really sucks for you, and I wish I could help more, but if I continue to help, it is going to harm me, so I won't do it. And then you remove yourself from the situation. And it's a really hard thing to do that. And it takes a really brave person, depending on the kind of person you are, you know? And Akira is the kind of person who feels a deep sense of responsibility. So that's why it's hard. For some people who have no empathy at all, that's a really easy thing to do. You can go, I don't want to help, fuck off. And it wouldn't hurt them at all, and they would just live their life. Those aren't the kind of people I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who have a strong sense of responsibility and feel terrible for putting other people out, and feel like they are useless when they don't do everything in a certain right way or whatever. Those are the kinds of people that sometimes need to be the ones to say, I'm not going to help anymore. So I really like the way they did it. He didn't tell him to fuck off, even though we kind of, as a viewer, want him to do that. This is so much better, I think. Like, cathartically, and like karmically and thematically, I think this checks every box. So really well done. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed by that writing. And I also like when it was like, why are you saving this dude? I thought he wanted him to fuck off. And he's like, yeah, I do, but watching him die is not on my bucket list. Like, obviously that's kind of his excuse for being a good guy, but at the same time, it's like his whole idea is like, I want to do, like, everything I want to do, I want to do. And everything I don't want to do, I don't want to do, you know? So everything I want to do is going to be on my bucket list, which means everything that's not on my bucket list, I don't want to do. Therefore, checking through my bucket list, watch someone die, not on there. So therefore, I must not want to do it. I'm not going to do it, you know? If I want to live my life in a way of me doing everything that I want to do, I need to make sure that I stop myself from doing things I don't. And it's like a really weird circular, like, roundabout. It doesn't quite make sense, but it does in his own, like, I can see his logic there, and I really appreciate it. So anyway, that was Zom 100, episode 7. I don't know if their schedule is still going to be once every 2 weeks. I imagine it is. I also imagine at some point maybe this show will do the whole like Uncle from Another World thing or whatever, where they just like stop doing episodes for a long time and then maybe come back like a year later or something. I don't know. Regardless, if the episodes keep coming out at somewhat of a consistent pace, I'll try to keep doing them on this channel. We'll see. But anyway, support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account in the description below for full-length early access exclusive videos, lots of other stuff like that. It's absolutely worth going to check it out. So thank you for joining me. I love you so much. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.